There is some worrisome news for the Canadian economy tonight. The latest figures from Ottawa show inflation surging again, and economists say that could mean even more financial trouble in the future. Al Sweeney reports.
The figures show inflation back to the 4% level, despite higher interest rates that are supposed to keep it under control. Statistics Canada says the annual inflation rate in August was exactly 4%, up from July's 3.3%. The cost of shelter was up by 6% overall. That includes the cost to get a new mortgage, increasing in August by 30.9% over the year, and a rent increase of 6.5%. As well, grocery prices in August were up 6.9%, and gasoline was up 0.8%, the first increase in gas prices since January. In the House of Commons, the Prime Minister was getting the blame after the government said in July its anti-inflation plan was working.
He and his ministers pumped their fists in the air and declared victory over inflation. It has now gone up 43% in 2 months.
There was laughter when the Prime Minister defended the government.
Over the past year, we've demonstrated that we were able to bring down inflation from the highs of 8.1%.
He listed government programs intended to help Canadians, while the Deputy Governor of the Bank of Canada said high interest rates are working by slowing down the economy, and the bank is going to continue to do what it takes to get inflation down to 2%.
And so we are seeing some good signs from the economy even as it's slowing. That's the sort of balance that we're hoping.
Bodes pretty badly for another rate increase, potentially in the October announcement from the Bank of Canada.
Economist David McDonald of the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives says high inflation and increasing interest rates mean more of a threat of a recession and lost jobs.
Things are tough insofar as people have been squeezed by inflation, but it's likely that they're working. The situation that could really change here is that we start to see big job losses. And then, these higher interest rates really start to bite. Not only are your mortgage costs, your rent costs higher, but now you can't even make those payments because you lost your job.
McDonald says one thing people can do is consider locking in a good job with a good salary now while the labor market is relatively tight in case a recession hits with job losses. Al Sweeney, CHCH News.